Hi, I'm Jeanette Sims and I'm the Wellbeing Services Manager for Bath Mind.
Hi, I'm Ros Maskell and I work for Bath Mind in the Wellbeing team, supporting our community groups.
And together we are bringing forward this first session of our Wellbeing course. And within that, we're going to focus primarily around the 5 ways to wellbeing. One thing we're going to do on each of the sessions is we're going to start with a little mindfulness activity, just to get us into the right space and the right grounding to be able to talk about our ways to wellbeing with you. The other thing that we're going to do is each time we have a session, you'll notice in your pack that around the activity, there will be your own ability to make a personal plan. So around each of the ways to wellbeing, we would hope that you spend some time putting down some detail that will be about the plan for you and for your ways to your own wellbeing. So what I want to do first of all is just take a moment of stillness. And the first thing I'd like you to do is think about your breathing. And I want you to do that by just breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And one more, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And if it helps you to have your eyes closed or to let your gaze fall to the ground in front of you, then that's absolutely fine. But if you're more comfortable with your eyes open, that's also absolutely fine too. I want you to think about where you're sat and allow yourself just to feel a little bit more comfortable on the seat or chair beneath you. And I want you to think a little bit more deeply about your feet and how they're planted on the floor. Imagine that there are roots taking you down really deep into the earth below you and just helping you to stay focused and more grounded, still relaxing that breathing and still feeling yourself comfortable in the seat below you. And what I want you to do is just notice what you can hear around you. Any small sounds in the room, and allow them to drift away, and just allow yourself to be comfortable with the sound of my voice. And any of today's pressures and concerns, just to allow them to go out on that next exhale of your breath, in through your nose and out through your mouth. We're going to breathe them out again, in through our nose and out through our mouth. And once more, in through our nose and out through our mouth. Feeling your feet moving beneath you and allowing yourself to come back to your body with the seat underneath you, and then back to gently open your eyes if your eyes are closed. And today we're going to focus on being active. Regular physical activity is associated with lower rates of depression and anxiety across all age groups. Exercise is really essential. It slows down age-related declines and it promotes well-being. Activities don't have to be hard. They don't have to be intense for you to feel good. Slower paced, even chair-based activities, gentle stretching and yoga and walking all have the benefit of giving you more social interactions as well as giving you some exercise as well. I want to talk to Ros about the kind of activities that she does to help her and that improve her well-being.
Yes, my main sort of activity that I do is probably walking, I would say. I'm quite lucky because I live quite near a river and a canal and some really, pretty fields. So it's quite easy for me to go out and stretch my legs and, go for that bit of fresh air and take notice of my surroundings. And and sometimes extend my walks. They don't have to be really, really long. It's whatever's manageable for me, in that moment on that day. Even just a 10-minute walk can like invigorate me, I find. What about
I,
you?
I completely agree. And I also think sometimes it's about seeing more than I usually would see. Sometimes on a walk, I'm going somewhere, I'm busy. But on a walk for well-being, I try and slow myself down a little bit, see if I can actually see some nature. Sometimes I even do that in my own back garden. I'm not a staunch gardener, but green links at Bath Mind have really helped me to be able to grow more plants and to just really kind of get in touch with what's in my own backyard. Sometimes I don't even have to go out in the garden to do that. I can do that from the window, just getting up and actually going over to the window and looking and seeing what's outside. I also love cycling. And I know not everyone can get out and cycle, but it's just that way of stretching out your view of what you're seeing and what's out there. And I know that lots of other people I know have enjoyed Pilates, yoga, swimming, which I think a few people have been sad to not be doing swimming for a while, but I know that soon we'll be able to swim again. Photography on your nature walks can be really, really good as well. You don't have to be a professional photographer to take some pictures. And I'd really urge people to not be afraid to take pictures and to collect those so that when they get home again, they can look through the things that they've seen. Arts and crafts is a type of activity. It gets you moving, especially if you're collecting things to make something with.
And I guess even the sort of everyday things that we do, like housework, is being physically active, isn't it? Running the hoover along your carpet is quite a physical activity in itself.
And I think it's really important to maybe start looking at personal plan and think about what you're doing already, but think about how you can increase that a little bit more and start to see it as activity for well-being. It's almost like you're giving yourself your own medicine. I know that a lot of the things that we do at Bath Mind, Food for Thought and Green Links, the online Zoom groups and the face-to-face groups, and also the photography groups, they've all been really beneficial to lots of people in being able to try new activities.
And I think then that commitment of joining a group and meeting other people is also so good for our well-being. And I think that's one of the sort of barriers, isn't it, to overcome sometimes, is actually getting out the front door to go and do something. And when you've got it set in your diary and you've got a plan, you know what day of the week it's going to be and what time.
I'm definitely more likely to go if I know that somebody else is going to be going along. And once you get past that first initial time of getting out there, you then know that those people might be there when you go the next time. And then it starts to develop that kind of community connection. You start to meet new people and then it's easier to go again.
Absolutely. And other people have other things to share, don't they? And other routes to walk or other plants to go and notice, whatever the activity might be.
Yeah. And I was thinking that, like you said, things around the house, taking the stairs rather than going up in a lift when you're out. Going for that walk in nature, like you said, walking and talking with a friend. That way you get to see so much more. Maybe doing something online. Maybe what I like to do at times at home is put some music on, and before I know it, the music carries me away, and I'm not afraid to dance around in my lounge, just to shake things up and to get moving.
A little bit of reggae while you're cooking your dinner as well.
And then I know we mentioned about yoga, and I found yoga really helpful in the past year, but even some gentle stretching, when you wake up in the morning or before you go to bed at night, it helps to get you into that mindfulness active place.
Yeah, and I've heard that the NHS have on their website some seated classes as well, like seated Pilates. So for people who might be less physically able, they can still partake and do things that are manageable for them, which is great.
That's brilliant. And when you mentioned that, that reminds me as well that you've got a Couch to 5K plan on the NHS website as well. So some people like to push themselves a little bit further and have a plan to do. That's another way of getting active as well. So I really encourage everyone to start to just put a plan together, but to try and make it achievable.
Mm.
I talk about being micro ambitious. I quite like to set my goals achievably, so that I can feel a success when that happens. Thinking about, what time I've got, what the energy I have is, um, where my motivation might sort of falter a little bit. And that's why I often have an A and B choice. Like an A choice might be go out for a cycle, but a B choice might be to go out for a walk that day.
Mm.
How do you make your activity sort of sustainable?
Yeah, I think for me at the moment it's noticing the lighter evenings that we've got now, and now that the clocks have gone forward as well. So it actually makes it possible to do something later on in the day. So if I've not done something in my lunch break early, I don't need to beat myself up about it. I don't need to feel bad. I just know that come, 5, 6 o'clock, I've got that time to go for a walk if I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that, Ros. I like the fact that seeing it a a sort of almost like a gift to yourself. You're giving yourself something back for your well-being,
Mm.
and it's also, an achievement too.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And then you can go to bed with a clear conscience and having had some fresh air as well, which is great.
I think you're absolutely right. Even if the weather's not great, it doesn't worry me to, put on a coat and get outside and just to be able to see what's out there. So
Mm.
really encourage you to get active today.